Welcome to Mod and Pop Thrift. My name's Tom. I am a full-time eBay reseller and a stay-at-home dad for 5 kids. And there's 2 of them. Had a massive weekend. I sold $2,300 this week. Only 14 today, but it's Monday morning. If you look, most of these sales on Friday happened after I did my shipping. So 530, 317, and 290. So we got a whole lot of what solds to look at. Let's do that. All right, guys, so my wife had to go back to work, being as the school year is about to start. She's a teacher. She had to spend some time in her classroom today, so I have all 5 kids by myself and a massive weekend of sales. So I just brought everything in the house so that I can be with them while I get everything packaged. IKEA bag, all of that's the mailing supplies that I need, bubble wrap, and all of this is stuff that's got to go out. Let's take a look at what sold. Man, that lighting's terrible. That angle's terrible. That would be fine. Oh, we're still recording. Okay, so we're just going to go through these as rapid fire as I can manage because there's 32 of them and I've got a lot of work to do. This, $2.48. It's like a fly fishing themed big dog shirt. I do well with fly fishing stuff. Like this is just going to find an audience. And it's a big dog I do reasonably well with. Carhartt, $2.48 from the Goodwill. This is an XL tall, and those brands, like the big and tall stuff does reasonably well, and Carhartt is really good stuff right now. I bet this would have done a whole lot better if I had spelled the brand right. Holy cow, no wonder it didn't sell for what I was hoping for. What? This Toyota hat I bought, I want to say it was $2 at Goodwill, but I don't remember exactly. It's a particular brand of hat, Dry Duck, but then it has the Toyota branding, which I think actually hurts it some. But it found an audience. Wadia, Heinlein. Farm hats do reasonably well. You can pick them up for next to nothing. I want to say I paid either 50 cents or $1 for this, and it's just super crisp. Aaron Bra. It's a Castle in Ireland. I paid 50 cents for this one, I know. Super crisp, nice corduroy vintage hat. Just super cool. Even though like this branding makes it a little specific, it's weird, but it's weird enough to be cool. 50 cents. I've had that a couple of weeks. This one I paid $1 for, and it's really hard to see. It's got a golf course on it. It's fitted, which doesn't necessarily help it any. But it is made in the USA, wool, new era. So it's a vintage new era hat. That's a really nice shape. It's so dark green that it looks black if I hold it back this far, but it is dark green with some black lettering on it. Super nice hat. I paid $1 for that. These, I may have undersold these. I listed these as blow mold water bottles. They are just tiny water bottles. I paid 50 cents a piece for them at Goodwill, 47 cents a piece for them at Goodwill. They say Radio Grill on the back. They have a phone number. They say Rainbow Plastics, and they have a phone number in Miami, Florida on the bottom of them. There's no website. There's no, I think they're older. I don't know how old they are. They're neat. I listed them for $17 and they sold before I could click back. I was like, okay, I'm on my phone and I'm like, okay, list item, your item's listed, done, sold. And I'm like, whoa. So those sold in seconds, not minutes, not hours, not days, not weeks. They sold in seconds. And so they may be something to look out for. I did $17 just on a whim and I paid 50 cents for them. So I'm good with that. This kind of hat is called a bucket hat, and this one is from Adidas. I paid, I want to say $1.78. Evelyn has 2 pacifiers in her mouth right now because she's a weird chick. You want to show everybody how weird you are? Is that funny? Say hi. Hi. Bye. So this is Adidas branded, and it says Aero Ready, like Aero, like planes and aerospace, Aero Ready. But it doesn't have a size. And so what I did, because somebody wanted to know the size, which is a reasonable question, what I did was I measured from this seam right here with a fabric tape measure, the like soft tape measures, and I measured around here, and then I got back to this point, and it was 24 inches. And if you remember your geometry, I'm married to a geometry teacher, so I have to hear it all the time. That sounded negative. I'm around geometry a lot. It's not negative. 3.141592654, or pi, or approximately one third is the diameter of this hat, and so it'll be this. I told him I suspected it's a 7.5 because the math came out to 7.6, and so I think they would call that a 7.5 hat. Moving on. The other day in the big cart video, you saw me pick up these two guitars. And what I like about Wii guitars is that there's this little switch on the back. And some PlayStations are this way too, but all the Wii ones are. And the neck pulls out, makes it so much easier to ship. I picked these up for $3.99. They sold for like $41 and $44 plus shipping. And I said at the time of the video that I had 3 games and a guitar, so I have this guitar. It also sold. I had the boys test them. They listed all 3, and I had these 3 games: Rock Band, the Beatles, and Guitar Hero. So I just put 1 game with 1 guitar, tested, listed, sold in a day or 2, all 3 of them. One of them sold in like an hour, one of them sold in like 12 hours, and one of them sold in like 24 hours. And they all sold for 40 something and less than 45. And they were all free shipping. This is a Fiesta Ware cup, and that only helps it somewhat. It is also Komatsu, which is also local Peoria, also Tractors, but it's not Caterpillar. And I don't know the history or whatever, but those are made in Peoria. They are, this is a particular one from 2016, and it says GE. So this has like 3 kinds of branding on it. It's a coffee mug. I paid 75 cents for it, and it went, it sold, it took probably 3 months to sell. Brought like 20, I want to say the buyer's all in at 23. I think it was 21 plus they had to pay some tax because of internet sales tax. Silver tab jeans. These are not jeans. These are nylon. They're like, I would call them trap pants. They're definitely vintage. They're definitely silver tab. Silver tab is fire right now. So these are silky feeling, but they're like cargo jeans, nylon. I paid $2.50 because they were marked with pajama pants, not with jeans at $5.99 at Goodwill. And they sold for like 40 bucks. Chicago hat I paid $1.09 for. You guys already saw this Dale shirt because it sold before I got the video made on finding it. This I picked up at a garage sale. It's a single stitch. It's from a company called Human IT. It's like Humanity, but you found your fashion? You like that one?
I like this one.
And that one too?
Yeah.
You want to be on the video?
Yeah.
Say hi, people.
Hi, Papa.
You're a weird chick.
I got this one.
You got that one? And you got that one. You gonna come say hi to my video?
Hi.
So that Humanity shirt,
Me.
I would look out for that brand. It sold for like $25. It's single stitch and marked, I think, 1994. All right, you're hilarious. You're hilarious. Go away. Levi picked up these Sparko shoes the other day and asked me if I thought they were good, and I told him no, and he said, buy them anyway. And I said, All right, they were $3.99, sold for $65 on a best offer from a buyer. They were the only used ones on eBay at the time in that particular model. I think there was one other model that was used, but for the most part, they were all brand new. And those, they sold in a hurry, but the sizing is weird. And so the guy's like, well, can I talk you down on them since I don't know if they're going to fit because of the size, which is fine. I paid $3 for them. He paid $65 instead of $75. Nike white tag graphic tees selling like fire. Now, they're not huge money, but when I can buy them for $2.50 and they sell for $15 in a day, this is a package of unopened toy dinosaurs. But what's good about it is it's a Tootsie Toy and Stormbecker are both brands of toys that you should look out for. This is 1990 dated, and it has the Toys R Us tag. So, I mean, when I found this for 50 cents at a thrift store, I'm definitely going to pick it up. It took it a while to sell because I was asking almost $20 for a $1.49 bag of toys that you could definitely still buy these toys at the dollar. Everything's a dollar store, but they wouldn't be Tootsie Toy brand, Toys R Us, and 1990 unopened. Another repeat from the other video. There's a naked lady inside there. If you want to see, it's just a really crazy cartoon looking thing. You can look at the listing. I did feature it on there, but I'm not going to feature it on the channel. Rumpf is the brand on both of these odd looking like stoneware, weird medieval tankard mug things. And if I found more Rumpf, I would definitely buy it. The other one has a lot of interest, but I was asking $40 for that one and $50 for the other one because the other one is Lord of the Rings themed, which I think makes it more valuable. But the cheesecake, is that a... Let me know right now in the comments if you know what I mean when I say cheesecake. Cheesecake is a keyword that people use, and I don't know where it comes from, which is something else that's weird about me is I normally study where those kind of things come from. But cheesecake is a keyword that means like naughty, pinup, nudity kind of thing. So if you find like those salt and pepper shakers where the woman's breasts are one's salt and one's pepper, and the or those kind of things where like there's a pen and there's her bathing suit is floating in the water, you turn the pen over and her bathing suit falls down. Those are cheesecake.
2 hours later.
Bye! I know nothing about these other than they are old looking. They have a brand on them, True Test, and this one's and they say T404 under the True Test. It's really hard to see, but either they're toys or they're antiques or they're antique toys. They are lace-up leather boxing gloves. And so I still don't know exactly what they are. I don't know if someone was intended to use them, if they're practice, if they're professional. I have no idea. But I knew enough to not leave them behind for $5 at an estate sale. And I've had them for probably 4 or 5 weeks. Penguin is not a brand that I was particularly familiar with. It was a decent... I would put it online with like Le Tiger. Where it's like that kind of 90s polo shirts that do reasonably well. Milbrones. Mille Barones. I don't know. Ref, how do you say that? It looks French. Oh, it says French card game. How do I pronounce that, Ref? Anyway, this game has 112 cards, and if you get a set that has 112 cards, you can ask $20 for it, and it will sell in a week. So I paid 78 cents for this, and it sold in a week for a little bit less than that. Nike. It's a really weird pattern on this silver tag Nike graphic tee, and then it has the same thing much smaller on the back. It just looks like weird generic binary code. Like when the Matrix came out, something like that would have been like futuristic. Or it might mean something to somebody. I don't know. But anyway, these Nike Silver Tag graphic tees are doing reasonably well. They're selling quick. This is a peacock. I've had it for a long time. He has feathers because he can peacock his peacock feathers. I paid $2 for it at a garage sale. It's a really nice quality puppet. It's by Folkmanis, which is a reasonably desirable variety of puppets. So that's a Folkmanis peacock puppet. And then I ate a Big Mac. No, Big Mac is the name brand of JCPenney's men's workwear from the 70s and 80s. This is, see how this looks kind of denim-y, but it has white thread accents and is like, it's fairly thin. It has a very distinct feel. It's called chambray is the keyword you would use on that. At least that's how I pronounce it. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong.
Chambray.
Because I think that's how it's pronounced. Anyway, it doesn't matter how it's pronounced. It matters how it's spelled when you put it on eBay as a keyword. Bobby Flay. I don't know if you guys have seen the video yet. You probably have now because you won't see this one until you see that one where I picked this up. It is... I paid $3 for it. I'm familiar with Bobby Flay as like a TV chef, but I didn't know, I've never seen that he had a line of cookware, and this is pretty high quality. So I comped it, and the only comp was a sold listing for a saucepan that was 1.5 quarts. So this is twice as big. So I figured at $3 with a sold comp on a smaller saucepan, I could make some money on this. I don't remember what I listed it. I want to say like $27. I talked big game about these being worth $25 when I picked them up. And I had, not only did I have the Catching Fire, but I also had this hardcover, The World of Hunger Games, that isn't really worth much, but I knew would be worth throwing in this set. And so there is another Hunger Games book that I didn't realize. They put out a prequel after the series came out called The Songbird and the Snake or something, The Songbird and the Serpent or something. But they... So this set of 4, and it sold for like 15 plus shipping. That bear claw is not a bear claw, it's a Wolverine claw.
You got any bear claws? He said, wait a minute, I'll go check.
These are Wolverine steel-toed boots. I got them... They came with these insoles, so I'm going to send these insoles with them. But they have the regular insoles with them. They have the original insoles in them as well. These are really expensive soft sole insoles. I don't think I included them in the listing because technically they're used and cut, but they fit these shoes. So if these shoes fit somebody's feet, they're a little beat up. I had them listed for $35 plus shipping. Got sent an offer for $35 free shipping, and I actually had to take them down and relist them in order to accept that offer. And then these I was going to keep, but 40 is a little big for me, and I am not a train conductor, so I did not keep them. What a weekend. Now I got to put it all in boxes and poly bags. Oh wait, I forgot the very best thing. This is Berkey brand, and it is a water filter, and it was just sitting all taped up on the shelf at Goodwill like this, and I was like, I wonder what that can is. Oh, it's got a hole in it. I bet it would have a spout. And my wife said if I find something to put like lemonade on the counter, that I should pick it up. Well, I picked this up and I was like, that's weird. And so I started taking the tape off of it, and I realized that it's 2 pieces, and in the inside there are these charcoal filters. And I knew charcoal filter is not a cheap thing most of the time. So I did a little bit of research on it while I was in the store. And I guess you guys saw that in the video. I was pretty excited about it. Well, after I got it home, I realized that the other two filters, while they're the same brand, they weren't to this thing, and so I don't know what they were for. And this piece is used, not new, but it does have all the parts it needs. So what it does is this can sits on top of here. So then that's what it looks like. This is the lid. And then obviously this spout goes in that hole, and this black handle goes on top of here. These, and so you take the filter and you stick it through the hole in the bottom, and you tighten that wing nut on there, and you put them both in there, and these the charcoal cylinders filter your water, and these retail, and they're only available out of England, and they retail for like $400. So these filters are supposed to last 23,000 gallons or 11 years, whichever comes first. According to, when I find something like this, I research the crap out of it so that I have a better idea of what I'm looking at. So I watched the YouTube videos from the company. I watched YouTube videos from other people about setting them up and stuff. And I watched, and I did some reading about charcoal filtering. And so now I almost kept this because it seems like a really neat idea, but I listed it for $150 plus shipping, and it sold in like 3 or 4 hours. So if you find Berkey, B-E-R-K-E-Y, sounds like what I call Birkenstocks, but it's not Birkenstocks, it's Berkey, and it's spelled completely different. But Berkeys, if you find a Berkey water filter system, pick it up. They are in unbelievable demand, and they sell for good money, so if you can find all right, well, evidently that's where the video had decided to stop recording. That was the last thing anyway. Those Berkey filters, man, I couldn't believe that. Keep an eye out for those. If you can find them, you can make some money. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.